When the US Supreme Court rejected Apple and Epic Games' appeal in the antitrust lawsuit, it marked the official end of the litigation process that began in 2020. However, Apple quickly established new regulations requiring developers to pay a 27% platform fee, even if using external payments. So, the developers that Epic had fought through legal means for many years were turned into nothing under Apple's flexible and adaptable operation. This is undoubtedly a victory for Apple's business strategy, but it also exposes various difficulties in platform regulation in the mobile application ecosystem. The focus of this antitrust dispute lies in the Apple's anti-diversion policy, which prohibits the setting of links within the app that redirect payments to external websites. This means that in-app purchases must be made through the Apple platform, which can extract up to 30% of intermediary platform fees. Epic attempted to open up third-party payment channels for litigation, but Apple still managed to defend its source of income through new regulations. Some argue that relying solely on judicial rulings cannot shake Apple's dominant position in the mobile ecosystem, and regulation requires more diverse platform and regulatory measures. It is worth noting that Apple also requires Epic to pay up to $73 million in legal fees. Such huge numbers would undoubtedly have a great deterring effect on small and medium-sized developers. At the same time, it also exposes the dilemma of being unable to compete with platform giants solely through legal means. For some developers, adjusting their thinking in a timely manner and improving their commercial operation capabilities may be the top priority in responding to Apple's rules. Specifically, Apple's rule changes have weakened the advantage of third-party payments. A more feasible way for developers to avoid platform fees is to guide users to recharge on official websites through community operations. This requires developers to improve the level of community construction and operation and enhance user stickiness. Meanwhile, providing a cross-platform product experience can also help reduce dependence on specific platforms. This tug-of-war hasn't had a disruptive impact on the entire mobile gaming ecosystem. Apple has successfully retained the App Store as an intermediary platform and a lucrative source of revenue. It takes retreat as progress, making a superficial openness, but in fact, it still firmly controls the rules. It adheres to the practice of collecting platform taxes in order to maintain the intermediate platform value of the App Store and protect its own revenue channels. For Apple, it is a necessary choice to maintain its dominant position in the mobile ecosystem. Epic's attempts to break through Apple's monopoly on distribution channels over the years have not been successful. Apple understands its strategic position in the mobile internet and the value of the ecosystem, so it always takes the initiative. However, this approach of maintaining the status quo have seriously hindered fair competition in the mobile gaming market. Developers find it difficult to compete with Apple by adjusting fees, and consumers are also unable to enjoy the potential benefits of rate cuts. Apple's rules have shackled the entire ecosystem, and the long-term impact on mobile game innovation is worrying. Epic's choice to challenge Apple head-on undoubtedly stems from its legitimate demand for reducing distribution costs and seeking fair competition. But relying solely on legal means, it is difficult to shake Apple's understanding of its own business logic and its ability to package concessions as an open giant. This also provides inspiration to other game developers. Don't overly rely on external forces. Improving your own coping ability is the key. Strengthening community construction and providing cross-platform experiences may be an effective way to address the closed ecosystem. For government regulatory agencies, this matter has further sounded the alarm. To further improve the regulation of the digital platforms, it's not appropriate to default to their rules, but to introduce a competition mechanism to ensure that their own interests do not undermine fair competition. Regulatory measures also need to keep pace with the times and innovate regulatory measures for new commercial platforms. Apple also needs to reflect on its role positioning in the ecosystem. Relying on the rules to constrain developers is not a long-term solution, and it's necessary to establish more cooperative partnerships with developers. The rapid development of its mobile business relies on the continuous supply of innovative applications and the game content, which requires maintaining the enthusiasm of developers. In the digital age, it's necessary to rediscover the balance between platforms, developers, and regulators. Although dispute may be unavoidable, reconciliation can still reduce unnecessary conflicts. All parties need to make adjustment, which is the only way to ensure that innovation and fairness are equally important. Perhaps from now on, we need to learn from the antitrust battle between Apple and Epic and work together towards the long-term healthy development of the mobile gaming ecosystem.